I know you guys aren't tuned in just yet
Okay.
because the live stream hasn't popped up on actually popped up yet for me to share, but it just did, so now I can share it.
No surprise.
Caleb Williams goes number one. Who would have ever suspected that?
Now part owner of the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Jets may draft a quarterback. We'll see. Trying to trade out of this pick, right?
He did try to trade out of this pick. I mean, make sure see if his name's on the list. I don't know if anybody is in the stream just yet.
We'll see if he's online.
I don't see him on the checking here list. We know he did not respond to it.
He's not online either, man. Just hope Madden doesn't bomb his pick. Better register for classes tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm working on. I gotta start writing my master's thesis tomorrow. It sucks. Two people in the chat. I don't know who they are, but comment your name so we can tell. We can see who it is. Commander
Also,
says to skip the rest of his pick. We're gonna let this pick run out for the Jets. Jets said he can't draft. We can skip it, but we got 9 seconds left. We might as well
8
just keep going.
seconds. I don't
Four
even want to do
people.
it in case it.
Cody's in the chat. Thank you for joining the chat, Cody. Good to see you. Hear from you.
Here goes
Number two overall pick,
Titans.
left tackle Alu Fashanu from Penn State.
It's a good player.
Good player. Obviously, Joe talking crap in the group chat. Love you, Joe.
Here
The
goes the
Titans take
guy,
Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State.
Maserati Marv. I love Gus Johnson.
Joe, you better comment or I'll tell them who you're targeting. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that, but
I actually need to look at the draft board.
Raiders are on the clock.
'Cause
Snub is in the chat. Welcome, Snub. Sorry that I haven't played my GFL game yet.
I don't have great scouting
I will
where
get it played
it's,
tonight.
I mean, I have an idea of who I want.
It has been a crazy day. Raiders said they cannot pick according to Broncos, so we can skip this pick.
Okay. Yeah, I got an idea of who I want here.
Marvin is an absolute stud, as we knew he would be. 93 speed at 6'4", hidden development. Looks good.
Okay.
Thanks, Snub. I'll take it, man. We've had a funeral today, and we were running ragged all around church. We had a man in our church pass away, and he wanted his funeral here, so we did it here, and it was a busy, 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 busy day. It was a good day. I mean, it was busy. Maserati Marv. No, we can't. We are not. You can't adjust the time for picks. So
That would be a nice feature. EA.
this is the first time that I've ever seen Casey be be one of like a toxic user, sitting there talking smack in the chat. I love it. I love this version of Casey. What's up, John? Welcome to the chat. I like this version of Casey right here. This is the version of Casey that's going to get a Super Bowl this year. I have no doubt.
Hey, he's getting it this year.
Torvis in response. That was cold blooded. That was a cold blooded response. Hey, he's got the Mayo Man throwing to him, so Mayo Man throwing to him.
The Mayo Man.
I wish his nickname was better, but we got to go with what we got.
The Mayo Machine.
Joe did throw for 8 touchdowns on Kessy's defense. That's impressive to me that you were able to do that because his defense balled out versus me. Not saying that my team has much of a receiving threat, but
Ravens was another one that I don't think he was on.
so we've got all the higher picks. What's up, Dre? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. I want to remind everybody while we have a few people in this chat right now, I want to remind you, do not edit your players. Do not edit your players, your rookies, after the draft because there was a glitch early on. I don't know if it's been resolved, so I don't want to risk it, but there was a glitch that when you would edit your rookies, it would lock training camp for whatever reason. It would lock training camp for the entire
Yeah.
league. So we don't want to risk that. So please, J.C. Latham from Alabama goes, I had him targeted. I figured he would fall away. Yeah, go ahead and join us, Shu. Welcome. You can come on in the chat, man.
QB2.
They're just watching the
Hey,
draft and commenting on it. You can comment on it.
there's been a quarterback
QB,
slide so far.
yeah, Drake May. Drake May, fifth overall to the Detroit, or sixth overall, excuse me, to the Detroit Lions. San Francisco 49ers on the clock. Terrell, let's see who he takes. Is he going to stick with Purdy, or is he going to try to switch things up with a quarterback? They really need receiver help. I have him in
What do they
another league.
actually need, though?
Quarterback, I knew somebody would take Michael Penix. I knew it.
Uh,
I was talking to Greg in the
we'll see how it goes.
I was talking to Greg in DMs a minute ago, and I said, I guarantee someone reaches on Michael Penix early. And there it was, Greg. Called it. I knew it.
Pretty good.
This is not a quarterback.
Interlock.
Yeah, this is not a quarterback. This is not a quarterback friendly Madden. So unless I know for sure, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm going to be able to dominate with a guy. I'm not wasting an early pick on it.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
more so
I feel like if I
running
can win
back
a
O
Super
line.
Bowl, yeah, for sure. And defense, I feel like if I can win a Super Bowl with Zach Wilson as my quarterback, there's the
There
pick.
goes
Brock Bowers,
Brock
tight end.
Bowers.
I'm
The
just going to
Dolphins
say
get
it.
better
I'm just going to say it, Cody.
on
Your
offense.
offense is ridiculous. You've got Brock Bowers, you got Tyreek Hill, 99 speed, you got 97 speed, Jalen Waddle, 96 speed, Nicole Hardman, and now Brock Bowers. 96 speed, Devin Achane or whatever his name is. So your defense is ridiculous. Steelers take Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama. That's a good pick. I think he was the number one rated corner.
Yeah.
Chew. I'm glad Chew is in our waiting list. Chew has been a long-term
Dang.
member. Dallas
Oh,
tournament
it
was
was
a
one of
good
my
pick.
guys.
Send his card. I want to see his speed. I bet it's like 91 or 92. He'll be nasty off the edge. Coupled with Brian Burns, he got Brian Burns. 90 speed tight end with hidden development. We knew Brock Bowers was going to be a stud. Joe is on the clock. I want to see if he takes who he has labeled the freak or if he takes a pick to fill holes in his offense or in his team, I should say. Because he's got a guy that he calls the freak. And we'll see if he takes him. If he takes him, I won't be shocked. He fits Joe's prototype of every player that he loves. So we'll see if he takes him. I'm shocked it's taken him this long. I feel like he's really
The
struggling.
freak. Who could
He
that be?
he calls him the freak. What's up, Torvis? Welcome to the chat.
I don't know who that could be.
I know Jayla ain't talking about people crying. Come on now.
Come on.
Come on now.
With all due respect.
Yeah, no shade there. It's just I'm starting to feel like this is intentional, Joe. He took him.
That's
Johnny
the freak.
Wilson, that's the freak.
The freak.
6'7" wide receiver.
Hey, he's a dog in her life too.
6'7". Good gosh almighty. So you add him with Stephon Diggs and Anthony Schwartz and T. Higgins. That's a wide receiver group right there. That's a wide receiver core. With Josh Allen throwing the ball to him, that's pretty nasty. I want to see his card, Joe.
Higgins and Wilson is insane.
I want to see. I want to see his card though.
You got two
Yeah, 6'7". That's the tallest wide receiver I
Uh,
think I've ever seen on Madden. I've never seen a receiver that tall.
Jalen asked me to lower the time limit. That's not a possibility, unfortunately.
Man, he said that in the chat earlier. We can't do that. Henry on the clock.
First round runs, and then we
Dom.
skip after that.
Henry said skip this one, so we can skip this pick. Snub said that in the chat on the live stream. Thanks, Snub. Left
Joe
tackle
Alt,
Joe
that's
Alt
perfect.
from Notre Dame. I bet you wish they'd do that in real life.
I don't want to be picking that high.
Yeah, but get their left tackle. They need it.
Hey, Orlando Robinson kind of locked up most of today.
Brown.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I said Robinson. I'm tripping.
Braylon
Braylon
Allen.
Allen. That is a big running back
Does
pick.
not shock me that Willis is taking him. Willis said he found
Hey,
something.
that's Willis' type of guy, though. I
Yeah,
will say.
he said he found something uh, later in the season that his offense worked with. So I feel like he's going to have a run game for days here. Normal deb on that receiver for Joe, but 86 speed at 6'7". Slow, but very, very big. Great jumping, great
Probably
acceleration,
a
great
high
agility.
overall too.
I bet he can. I bet he'll develop too. There's
Yeah,
one thing we all know: Joe's gonna throw. That's it.
Joe's gonna throw.
That's his motto. Joe's gonna throw. 92 speed on Braylon Allen at 6'2", 245. That is a
How
stud of a
did
bag.
how did Snub get a first rounder? Oh, that's who? That's from the Watson trade.
Yep.
Okay. Let's say, do I not have his pick? It kind of scared me.
Chop Robinson
Okay,
right in out of Penn State.
that was another possibility for me.
I've determined I've got four guys that I'm thinking about, but I've determined that I'm not going to set my mind on any of them because I don't think any of them will be there.
I don't know what I'm looking at here.
I didn't. I'll be honest with you when it comes to my uh, when it comes to me, I didn't expect to be in a winner's position coming into this off season. I thought I was gonna. I feel like I know what I need, but having a really low first round pick is like I don't have a
This
fourth.
Kenrick online. He is not online. Do you want me to skip him?
Um, Let me see what he said in the poll. I do not see his answer on the poll.
He's not on Madden, is what I'm.
Skip it.
All right.
Wide receiver Keon Coleman.
Brings up
Oh,
Nico.
he was one of my targets. I won't lie about it. I was going to try to pick
Hey,
him as my third
hey,
over.
he is so fun to watch in real life.
Nico on the
Dude is
block
a
or on the clock.
monster.
On the clock.
Hey, he was on Michigan State's basketball team. Like, pretty high recruit, too.
That's insane.
Like, that is a freak athlete.
Nico says, unfortunately, skip the Cowboys. He cannot get on. He said that in the live stream chat. Left tackle Graham Barton from Duke.
More offensive linemen for the boys.
Cody said glad he's out of the Big Ten.
Here goes J Magic.
Anybody in here excited for college basketball to start up?
How do you feel about that 34 to 33 at halftime?
33. What is it?
We were up 34-33 against Georgetown
Oh,
College
you know,
from Central Kentucky.
I don't get excited. Barrett Carter, that's a good pick. He was one of my targets too. He had great
Okay,
physical stats.
I'm one pick away from who I want here. Don't snub me here.
Snub swooping in, gonna take your guy just because he wants to be the villain.
Oh, I know he is. Like, it's going to hurt me, too. Okay,
Oh
we're
no, he
actually
took a
good.
center. I would have never guessed in a million years Snub would have taken a center there.
Alright. People are passing on because he's slow. I do not care because it's a defensive lineman. You mean my dude.
Jared Verse, Dom's guy.
Let me get a picture of the card. Yeah, he's a hidden dev, so should be pretty good.
Who
Alright,
the flip is this?
I'll look around here. I'm not big on these receivers in this class. I might double down.
If you need, your team definitely needs D line, so this is the chance to build it.
Do I want interior
Although I will
though?
say, every time that they played me, they got ridiculous sheds.
Yeah, no, that was actually crazy. I feel like I need interior more. I'm looking at JT. I'm not gonna say his last name, but the guy from Ohio State. I'm gonna take the LSU
Chris was up next. I want to
product.
see if Chris's pick is the same pick as Mason Smith from LSU. I want to see if Chris's pick matches the mock draft pick, who it said he
I
was
had
going
him
to
last
take.
Madden. He's a dog too.
Dallas Turner with 88
6'6".
speed. That's a little slower than I thought Dallas Turner would be, to be quite honest with you.
Where are we posting cards?
Just in the general chat. I
Okay.
didn't start a new channel for this.
All right.
I knew Brent was going to like your pick, LSU guy.
Yeah. Both my guys were dogs.
Chris
I
thinking through
expect
his pick.
Verse to probably have a superstar too. I don't know for sure or anything.
I knew Dom would like the verse pick. That's his guy.
That probably means Zayvon Collins going back inside. The edge experiment was kind of frustrating.
Chris is not going to be making a selection, it looks like. Said he would be on. Something must have came up.
Next up,
Cooper DeJean from Iowa, strong safety. D. Milam on the clock with the Packers pick at number 23. Does he move on from Jordan Love, or does he try to add a receiving threat or a defender? Let me check the. He said he would be drafting, so we'll make sure to give him his time. I just saw his name. I hadn't seen it. I skipped over it twice before I asked you. We got the Broncos, the Jags, the Dolphins, Seahawks, and then like 3 Tampa Bay picks coming up.
Okay.
Dom completely deconstructed his roster so they could rebuild it in the draft. Malik Neighbors out of LSU. That'll be another Brent favorite pick.
Kind of been disappointing for me in real life.
Let's see if Greg takes a quarterback, or I think he's going
It's
to take.
got to be right.
I think he's
I
going
know
to
who it is.
take.
I think.
I think he's going to take the quarterback. We'll see.
He beat my guys last night.
What about the Broncos
If
beating the Chiefs in real life? Finally breaking the streak.
yeah, was
You know,
Taylor Swift there?
they played Taylor Swift after they actually when once they beat them, once the game went final, they started playing "Shake It Off" over the
Oh, that's
loudspeakers.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
One thing that scares me about the Chiefs is their defense looks really, really good this year.
Yeah.
And he got
Well,
his
JJ,
quarterback, J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan. That'll be a favorite pick from Cody. Cody's a
I
Michigan
was
man.
uh I was expecting Joe Milton.
J.J. McCarthy. See who the Jags take here. Jay takes Cameron Kinchins from Miami, a free safety. Cody on the block. Let's see if he adds more speed to his team. He said
Yeah.
that. He said Cameron Kinchins was his pick. Not gonna lie.
Dom has three in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Followed by Cassie and then me. Jalen Harrell, outside linebacker from Michigan. Another
I
Michigan
bet
man.
he's fast.
Yeah. Seahawks up. Quarterback Bo
Bodacious Bo.
Nix. Let's see who the Bucks take. After trading away all his team, he needs a lot of pieces. You talk about a complete roster overhaul. He fully went into the rebuild. Obviously, he's going to be competitive no matter who's on his roster. But as far as rebuild wise, he did rebuild his.
Oh no, he's gonna get Joe Milton.
Good
And
pick.
Trice fell that far. He's like a top five talent.
Did a pretty quick first round.
Yeah. I'm
Good
not
pick.
mad at
Good
it.
pick, Jay. Good pick.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Looks like he's building his defense. I don't blame him. He had a hard time stopping the run this past season. That's not me talking smack. He would tell you that. The run game was tough on him. Casey on the block, or on the I keep saying on the block because we've been in trade season, and I've had about 70,000 DMs over the past 4 days about trades, and I just keep thinking on the block, on the block, on the block. I wonder if Casey's going to add another tall wide receiver to the mix. His defense was probably, besides yours, was the toughest defense I played as far as having that stopping my offense.
Yeah.
That was his defense played really well that game. It was tough.
They're tough and Madden. Bosa is amazing for some
Yeah.
reason, which he's
We
good in
will.
real life.
I
But
forgot to mention to everyone, we will be announcing the User of the Year award during this draft. I'll be announcing it probably right after my pick. I will
yeah,
we'll post a graphic later on tonight or tomorrow. Sorry about the delay on some of the graphics. It's been a busy time. Um,
yeah. I'm in
Rome
my first
O'Duns.
semester of biology classes, and it's been pretty rough. So that's why there's been delays on certain things. I'm trying to keep it a healthy balance of everything, stay on top of school. So that's why there has been some delays.
So I didn't think that Joe Milton was going to fall this far. And he was my number one. He was the number one rated guy when it came to Draft Central. It said that I needed a number one. I needed a quarterback. I got to pay Zach Wilson this next season, along with AJ Terrell and Kyle Pitts. I don't think I'm going to be able to do all three, so I'm going to draft a quarterback, even though he's got
Whoa.
low projection. I'm going to draft a 6'5", 235-pound quarterback out of Tennessee, Joe Milton. with
Got a Tennessee quarterback.
normal dev. I knew it would be. His throw power is very low, which was shocking to me.
It's low.
Yeah, 92 throw power.
Okay, that's
But that's okay. It gives me It gives me a quarterback to build with. I figured he would go early. I figured everybody would
that was
reach for
something I
him.
missed in the class. I guess I don't know. It should be higher than that, but
Yeah, if anyone's going to have high throw power, I feel like it should be Joe Milton. Dude has a cannon.
yeah,
Speaking of throw power, did anyone see Will Levis dominate in his first appearance today as starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans? Because he dominated.
you say Commanders is gone.
Yeah, he said he was only picking his first pick.
Okay, and then was Packers here?
Yeah, Packers is here.
Okay, okay, 30 minutes in. We've cleared round one.
Jalen, and then we can skip Raiders and Ravens. They weren't here for the first picks.
All right.
Jalen's next, so we don't want to skip Jalen.
Yeah.
Packers taking their time. I wasn't overly impressed with the wide receivers in this
I
class.
wasn't either.
And that's honestly my really only my position of need in this draft is wide receiver. But I feel like I can make it work with Taekwon, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Scotty Miller.
You just made it work, so
Yeah, I
you
just
can do
made
it
it work
again.
so I can do it again. I mean, I got enough out of it. We skipped him in the first round. So unless we're going to skip him at the 1 minute 15 mark, unless Greg tells us otherwise, because Greg's the one that told us to skip him. We're going to give him 30 seconds. Snub says skip the rest of his for now.
Okay.
I can't
You
really see
said
the
skip
rest of
Raiders?
that. Yeah, go ahead and skip it. He wasn't here for the first one. I'm not been told otherwise not to skip him anymore. So
All right. And then he wasn't here either.
he wasn't for the first round though.
I'll check if he's on Madden.
I was going to draft a no tackle, but I went and saw right
He's
before the
not on
draft.
Madden.
Right before I went on the draft, I saw that I signed Trent Brown for 2 seasons. That really, a really, really cheap contract. So I was like, dang, I'm just going to plug him at right tackle, and I won't have to waste a pick on it till next season. Kalen King, corner out of Penn State. Uh, Dom on the clock again. Going to add more to the D line, or is he going to add to the linebacker room? Quarterback Cameron Ward out of Washington State.
Be lying if I said I knew who that was.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either, but he could be a very well a good Madden addition. I was going to also draft a linebacker, but I signed Akeem Davis Gaither for a season, so I figured with his speed I could make him work.
Yeah. He's good in coverage of Madden.
Yeah, and that's what I needed as a coverage linebacker because I use her Troy Anderson. He's got like 91 speed.
Solid user too. It's just he doesn't get off blocks.
Yeah. Getting Christian Barmore from Day last year was was big for me because Calais Campbell retired. Barmore is pretty solid.
Yeah.
With that being said, if you guys want to know who the User of the Year award is going to be given to, it was a very tough call because we had a lot of people who played pretty well this season. And there was quite a few people that I felt deserved it. But when it came down to it, when decisions were made, the User of the Year goes to none other than New England Patriots user, Day. Day is the User of the Year. Went 14-3, although he had an early exit from the playoffs. 14-3, and was just, I mean, he gave people fits. You win 14 games in a season, that's pretty impressive. So, Day is the User of the Year. Congratulations to him. Can add that to his resume. He's building towards getting to the Hall of Fame. Still got a long way to go. Speaking of Hall of Fame, we will begin inducting new members to the Hall of Fame at the end of next season. So at the end of season 2, we'll induct. I think honestly, Eli, we may have 2 or 3 people to induct. So
Yeah.
and we might, because we've not done it in
I
a
know
few seasons.
we got 3 that are eligible right now or something.
Yeah, so we've got 2 or 3 players or 2 or 3 users to induct into the Hall of Fame. So we may very well we may do one really supersized Hall of Fame induction ceremony and do 3 at once because we've not had one in like 4 seasons. But so we might do that, or we may spread it out. But we'll see how it goes. But the Hall of Fame house is kind of empty. Me and Will's sitting there just kicking our feet up, waiting on other people to join us. So that'll be good to see that. You guys say what the Hall of Fame house is. Well, it's a private category in the Discord server that only the Hall of Fame members can be in. So it's kind of like the Heisman house, like the commercials and whatnot. We kind of just did it for gags, but it is the places you can talk to without the rest of the league seeing. So Bears on the clock. He's been building his defense. He signed Brian Burns, and then he drafted Dallas Turner. So let's see if he continues to build his defense. He does, right in Leonard Taylor III. Leonard Taylor III out of Miami. Joe is on the clock. See if he starts plugging and playing some of his players that he needs to fill some holes. Drafted the 6'7" wide receiver Johnny Wilson out of Florida State in the first round. Let's see who he takes here. We got 10 people watching. Once again, for those who maybe not have heard, Day was given the User of the Year award. So he is the recipient of the User of the Year award. All the awards graphics have been posted other than the User of the Year award. So if you haven't seen those, you can go check them out. It's a free Madden Network tab. And then I feel like that's everything that we needed to post.
Jalen Hurts graphic was
insane.
insane.
The Jalen Hurts graphic was awesome. It was nasty. We posted all the divisional winners graphics as well, so all those have been posted. And we'll post the User of the Year graphic in the days ahead.
I need to do a Super Bowl champs graphic too.
Yeah, Eli's going to get that done. And gearing up for season 2. That's one thing about this league. We move on. We've kept a pretty good schedule. We may continue to do this until NFL season's over. But when advance falls on Sundays, we may extend it an extra day because Sunday football is hard to play around, and I get that for people. So we may continue to do that, and that's okay if we do because once football's over, we fly. John said the J Hurts graphic was smooth indeed. It was very smooth. Training camp is going to run from tonight, post-draft, all the way until Monday at 4:30. So make sure that you get your training camp done. And this is another good time for me to remind you, do not edit your rookies. Again, do not edit your rookies. Don't want to risk locking training camp for everybody. So, again, do not edit your rookies. I'm going to beat a dead horse and continue to say that. Preseasons week 1 through 3 will be Monday at 4:30 p.m. We'll do that, and then right after that, we'll go from the last week of the preseason. We will not give 5 minutes delay. We're just going to advance, and then we will go to cut period, and you'll have about 4.5 hours to make cuts, 4:30 p.m. Eastern to 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll kick off season 1 on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll advance on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern into week number 2. I want to give a shout out to Kessie and Will, admins. They did a very great job here in season one. They really have helped our league out. Because I'm just going to be honest with you, with the way that my schedule's been and the way that Eli's schedule's been, it would have been very difficult to maintain our schedule, our league schedule the way that we did and get this far along. So shout out to them, props to them, and looking forward to another good season ahead. This was a really good season. This was one of the most, I don't know how to describe it. It was a great season. It was competitive all the way through and through. There was hardly no one being inactive. There wasn't a whole lot of rule breaks. We did have some people pick up some infractions, so you need to make sure that you're careful with those because we are going. I don't care if you're a dear friend or not, you'll get booted if you get 4 infractions. So, but it was a good year all the way through. So make sure that you're keeping that same type of behavior and participation in the years ahead. Dave, did you hear? I know you're in the chat right now in the Discord. Did you hear that you won the User of the Year?
The Los Angeles Rams are up. They're on the clock.
Rams is not on. I'm skipping.
Okay.
On the clock now. The
Cowboys
Jason
is not
Marshall.
on. I'm skipping.
Yeah, Nico hasn't responded and said not to skip him, so
Minnesota Vikings.
that's actually not a bad pick for the Cowboys, Kamari Lassiter. Jalen is on the clock. He's taking 2 fast linebackers in his first 2 picks. Let's see who he takes here. I'm getting old, fellas. I can't hardly stay awake. We have 11 people in the stream.
The Carolina Panthers now.
Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
I'm assuming that's the good one that tore up Colorado.
He took the
The drag routes over and over and over.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember
Oh,
that.
man.
They just kept throwing drags, and there was no one playing the flats. He took. We're just gonna call this guy 6-star because that's his name right there, 6 stars. So 6-star from Colorado State.
He's probably got like the most like average name ever too. I think his
Yeah.
name's like Horton or something, and it's just Madden stupid.
Sonny is on the clock. He had a rough start to the year, but he started to figure things out as he went.
Yeah, he got cooking.
Almost made the playoffs. I tell you what, our division, Sonny, is absolute insanity. Me, you, Dom, and Brent battled this year. It was a true battle. Playoffs were a battle.
I'll never forget the Hail Mary that Sonny hit on me to get to the Super Bowl.
Yep, that right there goes down as an iconic moment. Almost had one happen to me in the Super Bowl. If Kessie has a timeout, he wins the Super Bowl. That's just insanity. My heart sunk to
Did
my
he?
feet.
I didn't see the end of the game. Did he hit like a big throw to get in field goal range?
It was hell. It was literally 22 seconds left. He throws a pass. It's like incomplete, I think, and then it's like down to 14 seconds or something like that, or 16 seconds. He snaps it 1 second, 2 seconds, throws the ball deep. The ball tries to user catch it with Quentin Johnston. The ball tips off Johnston, bats up, hits off another receiver. Then my corner smacks it, and then Johnston like speed bursts, runs underneath it, grabs it, and tries to like jurtles back towards the center, and we tackle him, and he no huddles, and the clock runs off the rest of the way. If he could have got the
Oh
spike,
man,
it would have been. He was in perfect. I mean, my heart just dropped. I was like, "There's
Brown,
no way this happened. No way."
Brown is not here.
Turdell is not able to draft. You guys, if you're a prayerful people, pray for his family. His wife had 2 aunts pass away in pretty close relation to one another, time from one to the other. So he's not able to draft tonight. So thoughts and prayers with Turdell and his family. Now we have Eli on the clock. Back-to-back picks here.
All right.
Going to continue to add to your defense or going to go to your offense?
I'm seeing he's really slow. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, first pick. I'm gonna get this out of the way. I'm just gonna make another defensive line pick. I need it. Take Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State. He's
Took your
slow, but
took your
he's
brother.
playing interior. Yeah.
Had to go with the familial name.
Okay, so there's the first pick. And then I'm probably drafting another Ohio State player right here, which is gross, but we'll do it. He sat too long.
The New York Giants
Emeka
are on the
Egbuka.
clock.
He's another hidden. Walking out here with 4 hidden players as of now.
Chris was he was going to draft, but Greg, if you're listening, can you tell us if Chris is going to be able to draft here? Let us know.
I'll check if he's on Madden. He's not on Madden. Should I skip?
I'm cracking up in the chat. This is Jalen asked me if he can change the guy's name. I was like, you should probably edit your rookie. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. I cracked up on that one.
Chris isn't on. Should I skip?
Yeah, go ahead. If he, I mean, we've not heard from him. He wasn't here for the first pick. We've skipped everyone else. So to be fair,
Packers are
14
now on
people
the
in the
clock.
stream. That's pretty awesome to see.
All right.
I just want y'all to know too how special it is that we have like our league the way it is, because I know there's been so many 15 people watching now. There's been so many people in other leagues that I've spoken to as I'm trying to plan this tournament that's coming up in March, and you'll hear more about that over in the month of December because I'll be off school and I'll be able to do more planning. But I've been talking to a lot of commissioners and they're like, man, it's just hard right now. We cannot keep people in our leagues, and he's like, how many people do you all replace?
It's the
And I was like, we've not replaced
Saints
anyone all
now
year
on the
yet.
clock.
So it's pretty cool to see a consistent group of people like this. So I want to give a shout out to you guys. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome to see. Makes me happy. We're this will be the start of season 19, season 18 of Supreme. Is that right? Season
It'll be
19, yeah.
19.
Season 19. So then after this season, the big year, season 20. And I've got a big announcement that I'm going to make at the end of season 20, at the start of season 20, that I'm going to be planning for. It's going to be for Madden 25. So buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be pretty cool.
Shoot.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Next
But
year's gonna be awesome, along with
NCAA.
NCAA.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The tournament. I'm excited for this tournament coming up. I hope that we can pull off the win.
Yeah.
But it'll be cool to have a tournament across like an intra
Hey,
league tourney.
Kezi building his resume. Get in that
Yeah,
thing.
he sure is.
He's the 1 seed as of right now.
So that's pretty awesome. I was glad to see Casey make the Super Bowl, and I'm going to be completely honest. I told him this in chat, and he can testify to the rest of you if you don't believe me. I told him I genuinely wanted him to win a Super Bowl. I told him I was going to play my best. I don't believe in rolling over for nobody. Obviously, I'd never do that, but uh, I want him to get one. I really do. He's grinded and worked his butt off. I'd like to see Joe get him one too. We've been doing it a long time together. Playing these games, playing Madden a long time. Had to clarify because I knew there'd be somebody in the chat say pause.
Eagles now on the clock.
Joe's still talking smack to Cassie. That's funny. John is on the clock. John told us earlier that we could skip the rest of his picks, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. He's got the reigning MVP as a quarterback, so that's pretty impressive. Seahawks, Pats, Bucks, Chargers, and then Falcons coming up. Joe rooted for Kessie for the first time ever in the bowl, and he let him down. Thanks for rooting for me, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
On the clock now, the New England Patriots.
Which I know you're not the only one. I felt like the entire league, Eli, was against me this time, and that kind of bothered me. I felt like a villain. I felt like a member of the NWO. John is still here. I'm sorry, John.
He's not here.
I don't know if Dave's here.
It says he's on Madden.
User of the year up to pick. We can skip Chargers picks, so we can skip Kessie's pick. Troy Franklin out of Oregon. Let's see who Dom takes. I feel like he's going to add to his O-line since he traded Wirfs.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock.
James Williams out of Miami. I better start looking at the draft board. I really don't know who to take. I may go left tackle anyway. I might go Zion Nelson out of Miami. That might be my pick. Let me go look at the wide receivers. You can skip him.
They're on the clock. On the clock now.
Xavier Leggett from South Carolina. 6'3", 227. Slow. I've got enough slow. I've got speed in that slow. I don't know. I need a real good route runner. I don't know if that's him. He's 6'3", 227 though. That's a big body. Any safeties? This is a tough pick. Tough pick. Zion Nelson, 6'5", 316. He's a scheme fit. Leggett is 6'3", 227. I just don't trust the Leggett guy as much as I trust Zion Williamson or Zion Nelson. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go the receiver. I'm good on O-line. I don't need to waste a pick on this draft in O-line. Hidden Dev, 89 speed, 6'3", 227. I'll take that. That way it lets that'll allow Kyle Pitts to play tight end, where he's a matchup nightmare. You can skip Jets. Oh, I have a third round pick. I did not know that. Hello? Eli, I don't know if you're still here. I can't hear you.
I had to mute for a second. I'm sorry.
Okay. No problem. I just didn't know if it had cut off.
Can I mute? Can I skip this?
Yeah, you can skip Jets.
Okay.
The Cardinals on the clock now.
Fire up.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about taking Leggett and putting him and Drake London on the outside and putting Tyquan Thornton in my slot. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what I can do. I feel like that's pretty good receiver core. I'm more excited that he's a hidden dev now. That makes me happy.
Taking a corner.
The Las Vegas
Naughty
Raiders
speed.
are on the clock.
Not bad. Normal dev.
The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock now.
Rook, 5-star Horo.
That's a good name.
With the next
Lions
selection,
here.
the Lions
He's been
are
here the
up.
whole draft. I'm not sure if he's still here or not, but we won't skip
It
him
says
since he's been
he's
picking.
it says he's not on Madden.
Yeah, 6'5" wide receiver and hidden that's pretty awesome, Dom. One thing I learned this past season from having safeties in the box is they get absolutely flipping killed on run plays. I started Jarkowski Tart as a user, and he absolutely got demolished on the run game, no matter what run was called. So if he's a box player, then we got Terrell, Brent, next two picks up, and then Dre. Our numbers are dwindling in the chat. Down to 5 users watching the stream. We'll also have a little bit more scouting. I mean, we talked about maybe the scouting system because of the delay on getting scouting fixed and getting those recruiting classes fixed. Um, we kind of really couldn't do that to begin the year. We may look into doing that season 2. If that's a possibility, we'll see.
Try to put out some graphics, but I don't know if I'll be able to make whole draft classes.
Bam Bam Bigelow. What a legend.
On the clock now, the New Orleans Saints. The Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock now.
Curtis Jacobs.
The Chicago Bears are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Buffalo Bills.
I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm here. So definitely defensive oriented offseason for the Chicago Bears. They have really rebuilt that defense.
The Bengals now on the clock.
Joe adding to his offensive line with a center out of West Virginia. You got the Chiefs up on the block, or on the, I keep saying it, I'm sorry, on the clock. And then you got the Texans, Kendrick, Nico, and John. Henry is selected right now. Snub said we could skip his picks, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Joe and Day in the same division is a lot of fun.
With the next pick,
Oronde Gadsden
are now on the clock.
out of Syracuse. I felt like I was saying Harambe right there instead of Oronde. One thing that happened today that I'm really disappointed in is I hate to see Kirk Cousins go down.
Yeah,
I hated to see
that
that.
was tough.
On the clock now, the Houston Texans.
Okay, Snub said we could skip. Right.
Yeah, he said it last round, and he's not told me anything otherwise, so I say we go for it and just skip it. We've been skipping the Rams and Cowboys too. John said he was still here.
Now on the clock.
Steel Chambers, what a name.
Got an Ohio State player. I'm sure he'll be okay
Kingsley
with that.
Suamatea.
The Philadelphia Eagles
Zon Tupola Fatua. That's hard to say.
Is John here? No.
He said he was here last round, so.
with
Okay.
the next selection. The
So
And
he
then
just made
Sonny
his
was
pick.
not here.
Sonny, he took the whole time on the last pick. Chief said he is done, no longer needs any more picks. We can skip him.
It's the Cleveland Browns now on the clock.
Tyleek Williams.
Browns was not here either.
Now on the clock. It's
Her
the
up.
Arizona Cardinals.
Eli's pick.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Devondre Sweat, defensive tackle out of Texas. I feel like you need to invest this pick in some stilts for Kyler Murray. I had to say that. I had to make a Kyler Murray short joke, man.
Dude, it kicked me from the draft.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Is it still running fine?
Yeah, minute 13.
All right. I hope it's still running fine. I
It's still
hope
running
nothing
fine
went
on my
wrong.
side.
Okay, we're good.
$50 seconds.
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay. Chris, D. Milam, J, Dom, Cassie and me. That ends the third round. We're going to be quick in the fourth and fifth rounds.
And now
I'm sure
on
we'll
the
skip
clock,
like 90% of the
it's
picks in the fifth.
49ers.
We end at fourth, don't we?
Did we go four or we go five?
Yeah, we've been ended at four.
Yeah, we'll see him round 5, 6, and 7.
All right. Chris is not here.
The Green Bay
Titans is still
Packers
here.
are
We
on
don't
the
skip him, he
clock.
said.
Okay. Packers is here too.
Joe is winning the chat tonight. Tom Izzo's son playing for him on the Michigan State team. I didn't know that.
Next up, it's the Seahawks.
Seahawks on the clock, followed by the Jags. Jay's been here.
On the clock now, the
Dante
Jacksonville
Corleone,
Jaguars.
the Godfather.
On the clock now,
Shamar Turner.
it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Dom, then Jay, then Dave, then Sam, Dom, Cassie, me.
On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. It's the New England Patriots.
Mario
Now
Williams.
on the clock.
A bit undersized, but a good slot receiver, possibly. Day on the clock. For those listening, Neon won't be updated till week 1.
Now on the clock.
Western Kentucky, Hilltopper boy taken.
It's the Bucks. Now on the clock.
Bucks, and then we can skip Cassie.
On the clock now, it's the Los Angeles Chargers.
Skip Cassie. We can skip him. Hello. I don't know if Eli can hear me at the moment. We can skip Casey's pick.
The Atlanta Falcons are now on the clock.
I'm going to go ahead and take my left tackle here. Zion Williamson was gone, or Zion Nelson was gone, but I'm going to get a round 1-2 projected left tackle. Cooper Beebe from Kansas State, 6'4", 335 with a pass block, and I'll take it. And he was a hidden, so that's very good.
Commanders are on the clock.
Got me another one. A pass block, B run block. That's awesome.
Okay. I can skip Jets, correct?
Are now on the
Yeah,
clock.
Torvis is here, though.
Okay.
We've skipped Raiders and Ravens, too, so after Torvis' pick, we'll skip the next two.
All right.
That left tackle I just drafted, 6'4", 335, hidden dev, A pass block,
Big.
B run block. Yeah.
I had 4 quality picks. That's all you can ask for.
I like my Joe Milton pick, even though I think his throw power is a bit low
Now on the clock.
compared to who he is.
It's the Las
I like Joe
Vegas
Milton.
Raiders.
I like,
Next selection.
just because, I'd be honest with you, it helps alleviate some of the pressure of having to re-sign players. I didn't know if I wanted to sign
On the clock. The
Zach Wilson, and I
Minnesota
didn't want to have to do it with me having to pay Terrell and Kyle Pitts. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to spread myself too thin.
Now on the clock, the San Francisco 49ers.
I do have a pick in this fourth round. I didn't know that I did.
Terrell still here.
We don't have to advance anything tonight, do we? We got training camp.
Uh,
It should just go straight to it,
it'll
right?
be like 1 advance. Because it'll put us like that post-draft period.
Next up, it's the Broncos on the clock.
You cannot sign free agents, by the way, for those listening. You are not allowed to sign a free agent until preseason week 1. You're allowed one free agent signing. And I know people are like, why are we not waiting until week 1 of the season? Because the CPU is going to sign a bunch of players. So I figured if we do it in the preseason week 1, you'll get to choose who you want. So one free agent in the beginning of preseason week 1. Wait, well, we're not going to be in preseason week 1, are we? We're skipping it.
It'll be, yeah, I think
That's
training camp is in that week.
Okay, so the week of training camp, you're allowed to sign one free agent, but that's the only free agent you're allowed to sign.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are now on the clock.
I just made a post in the announcements talking about you can sign one free agent.
The New York Jets on the
Okay,
clock
skipping
now.
Jets.
It's the Bills now on the clock.
South Dakota boy, Isaiah Davis. Joe on the clock, and then followed by the Bengals. We can skip Willis. He said we could skip him.
We can skip Bengals and Willis, or just Willis.
Well, I don't know if Henry is here. Hey, I've not heard a word from
He's
him.
been here.
Did he
He's
draft
been.
last round?
Yeah.
Then we won't skip him then. But we can
Okay.
skip Willis. Sam, I know Sam's been drafting. Kendrick and then Nico. We skip Kendrick
Those two are skips.
and we skip Nico. We will finish this draft in under an hour and a half, which is awesome. We've done really good, really, really good.
The way this is lined out, man. This is off topic, but I can only take like 3 classes because the way where I switch majors, it's so messed up.
Really.
It's so frustrating. Yeah.
So you're going to be taking, what, 9 credit hours?
12.
Oh, so how many
They're
hours are these
4-hour classes
Holy cow.
because I got a lab too.
Oh, okay, so the lab gives it an extra hour. Well,
Yeah.
the benefit of that is you're still a full-time student.
Yeah.
The negative
But
side is
it
that
is.
it lengthens your time in college, obviously, unless you want to kill yourself
Yeah.
one semester.
Bengals are on the clock.
Yeah. I mean, I was trying to take 15, but
Yeah. I got my master's paper, my master's thesis. Due
I
in a
should be
month.
here. I mean, I shouldn't be here more than I should be on time. Hopefully.
Yeah. You can take a summer class if need be to maybe catch up.
Yeah.
Take one
Just
for
right
summer.
now, I'm like screwed up because my prereqs, I gotta have prereqs, and
Yeah.
I haven't
What'd you
had them
switch your
yet.
major to?
I'm in biology.
In biology?
Yeah.
Education?
No, just straight up.
Mm.
I'm gonna try to be a vet.
That's awesome. You can go to LMU's school.
Either there or UT.
Yeah. I know LMU's vet professor. He's a member of our church.
Yeah.
He's like over.
That's
His name's
probably
Randy Evans. He's a really nice guy.
that's probably most likely where I'll go.
He's a flipping genius. Like a legit genius.
Yeah.
He's like one of those guys who's so smart he's awkward, but he's like really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he's so smart that he don't have like people skills whatsoever. He's
Yeah.
like one of the nicest, most humble men I've ever met. Really,
Right.
really nice guy. We can skip Willis.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
What a name. Lantham Ransom.
On the clock now.
Deshaun
the
Pace.
Chicago Bears.
That'll be the all-time name class. There's a bunch of good ones.
There has been. Let's see who Sam takes. Let's see if he goes defense again.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
we have a Slaughter in here.
Yeah. And then we had there was one that was so cool. Xavier Worthy's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
On the clock now. The Los Angeles Rams.
For whatever reason, it's not letting Joe's picture show up on my Discord. The one he sent of his player.
Return to the Eagles.
Another offensive lineman for the Cowboys. Whoever Joe drafted has A trucking, A break tackle, A vision. Just a straight up baller. I'm still shocked that I've not heard a single word from Day about being named User of the Year. I figured he would be
Now on the clock.
all about it.
Now on the clock.
Snub's not been here, right?
Mm-mm.
The Houston Texans are now
Okay.
on the clock.
I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I'm about to draft a cut candidate.
Yeah, I'm probably going to draft a cut candidate too.
Safety's a need. I'll take the 6'2" guy.
Newbin.
That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, he's not good. He's alright. He's just what you'd expect. He's probably like a 68 overall.
There's another wide receiver named tight end Michael Trigg. That's a good name.
Where is that guy? Where's he from? I know that name.
Sonny, as soon as we get done here, when we advance, we'll have like a period where you can look at your rookies. So you'll be able to see that.
Next up, it's the
All right.
Packers
Nobody gonna draft Spencer Rattler?
with the
Come
next
on, man.
selection,
Shocker.
New York Jets.
I don't
You
need a
might have to
running back.
double
I
up
won't.
like
I
the
won't have
Redskins.
to. I won't have to draft a running back most likely the entire time we'd have this franchise.
You have two that are
Yeah,
good.
Tyler Algier is awesome. I didn't realize how great he was until Bijan. They're like the perfect complement to each other. When Bijan went down, I was like, this is gonna be bad. But Algier went for 1,000, I think. So he's just a battering ram, man. He just runs through people.
Yeah. Bijan's so good, dude.
He is a freak.
Like in real life, like
Yeah, he's
top 10 player already.
he's nasty. He's little though. I was looking at him today in the Titans game. He's real small. I don't know how he'll hold up. I think he's gonna be. I'm afraid he'll be one of those guys who's really dominant for like 4 or 5 years and then
Yeah.
fall off because that's how running backs do. DeCorian Patterson. That's a neat name.
I can't believe what Levis.
Dude, that was awesome. I don't
I
think I've.
started him in fantasy.
I have watched so much football this year, and I had not been. There's only been 2 games I've been hyped in the whole time I've watched. I was hyped watching the U.S. or the Colorado State game. That was one of the most fun games I've watched, and then I got hyped
Yeah.
watching this Will Levis start. I mean, that was just one of the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
Being Florida was cool too, but
it
UK
was.
football is miserable.
They are miserable. I'm legit thinking about buying a Will Levis Oilers jersey. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. But that'd be worth getting because who knows how long they'll sell those.
Yeah. I'm just putting it like having it, maybe put it in a case or something. I'm not even kidding about
Yeah.
that. Devin Leary's sitting here on the draft. What about that?
Hey, he balled last night.
Hey, he looked good last night. Defense couldn't do nothing.
Brad White makes me want to rip my hair out of my head.
Yeah, he does me too.
I'm
Our defense looked like USC's defense.
I don't want to say I want anybody to be fired, but I don't know if he's the guy.
I'll say it. I want him to be fired. I don't care to say it whatsoever. You don't do good at your job, you don't deserve it.
That's
God, what a terrible wide. I mean, why would they even have him in the draft class? My gosh. Round 3-4 projection. Riley Leonard, 6'4", 209, ran a 4.55 40, F catching traffic, F catching, F deep route, F release. I mean, top fits, Patriots and Falcons.
Colts are now
How about no? This is the last round.
Tampa Bay
Sonny.
Buccaneers are on the clock.
There's like 3
we're
picks
literally
left.
one pick away after Dom.
Yeah. Duke's QB. Brent, QB. This is wide receiver. Riley Leonard is he's a quarterback, but he's a wide receiver in the draft class. That's why he's got F everything. F catching traffic, F catching, F deep
okay.
release,
So-
F release.
Madden converts one quarterback to receiver in every draft class and does the same story every time.
Now
We have a quarterback converting to receiver.
Oh, so he was the guy.
Yeah, I'll fix it if he wants that.
Well, I
fixed,
mean,
or whoever.
I was the one griping about it. I just thought, why would they tell me
Oh.
he's a round 3-4 projection and have F everything on the?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna take
that's
him.
why. That's what it is. Don't draft it. Obviously, it's just he's a quarterback.
I'm gonna take this guy just so I can sub him in. He's a projected undrafted free agent, Keton Oladapo, but he's 6'1",
Hey, there's a
218.
fullback named Benjamin Franklin. I really wanted him.
I might draft him. Benjamin Franklin, founding father. Every time he gets a carry, his name's blocked out, man. Dang. From LSU, Brent, can you confirm that there is a player on your team named Benjamin Franklin?
Oh, maybe I read it wrong. I saw
Can you
Benjamin,
con-
then I saw
Can you
Franklin.
confirm? Because if you can confirm that, I'm going to be pretty hyped. That's pretty awesome. We'll take this awful player.
it's the Washington Commanders.
Keton Oladipo.
I'll take him. 88 speed. He's just sub him in sometimes at nickel.
All right, that's the draft.
And we're going to end the draft. You guys can look at your players. Thank you for tuning in.
Do not edit, please.
Do not edit your players. Please do not edit your players. Again, please do not edit your players. Have a
All
good
right,
night.
I'm gonna go ahead and